Being writers doesn't make the task more easy, or it's the same at the core, you know, the difficulties of doing a movie?
No, I think writing it really, really helps.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, particularly for Tom and I, it's so great to be able to explore the characters and the story and the journey and the arc long before we come to the set, particularly because we wear different hats. You know, obviously I'm the director on set and Tom's a producer
and I'm wearing
as
this
well,
hat
and he
today.
wears that hat too.
Today.
That's a very important hat.
That is an important hat.
One of the many that he
Marketing
he
hat.
wears.
One of the many he has.
Press hat. It's the press hat today. But it's really important, right? Because you don't need a rehearsal period if you're already in the gubbins of understanding where the story in the sandbox is created. So it allows a certain element of relax on the set, because there's always going to be a challenge on the day anyway. But there's you can cultivate an environment for others coming in where if you are lucky enough to be fortunate with the person who's written it and created it, and from the very outset, then both of us are on the same page.
Exactly.
You know, we know a little bit more about what we want to do than the person maybe coming in, and then it's up to us to try to explain and understand how to make the place.
Like welcoming people to the universe, you know what I mean?
But also, we ask artists to work with us because we value how talented they are.
Exactly.
And we want them to feel at home to deliver what their best.
The best of them.
Yeah, because ultimately it's a collaborative medium.
Exactly. I find the characters so fascinating, Venom, but I want to hear your own version. Why the appeal of the character worldwide?
I think part of what's unique about Venom is that he's not a typical superhero, in that, you know, superheroes are either good guys or they're bad guys, and Venom is both, you know, and Venom goes his own way and does exactly what he wants, and sometimes he's going to be good and sometimes he's going to be bad. So I think human beings relate to that, right? We all have two different sides that we wrestle with, and so I feel that people relate to Venom because he's real in that way.
Exactly. Tom?
Well, going further into that, I think it's the extension of wish fulfillment to our most base and animalistic reactionary self. Like Venom does whatever he wants and feels like doing. It's not restricted by the boundaries of social, political politeness or what is expected of us as human beings to get on with each other. And,
it's much from the core.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's bad or good. It's like an animal. It's like it's nature. Nature says, I want to go and eat the lobsters in the tank. And you can't argue with like a gorilla. You know, it doesn't mean harm by it. So I think that the navigation of our basis instincts and our desires and our needs is symbolically referenced in an animated character that's larger than life and is a joy to watch. So it's not superhero.
And you know what? With humor, you know what I mean? The confrontation, it has humor, you know what I mean? It's very different from other superheroes that constantly are battling like the dark sides. In this case, it's frontal.
Yes.
You know?
But it's not comedy in the same way.
I know
it's
that.
situational. It's like, for me, I think it's, rather than having clever lines and being very quippy and funny and observe and reflect the world and have a social commentary, Venom is like a gorilla. He sees the world. He wants to drive the car. It's very hard, like to say to a gorilla, you can't drive my car. And him say, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we watch a creature who's not, you know, who shouldn't be doing the things he's doing, and then he's achieving them at levels which are, you know, he has a tremendous amount of confidence as well. So I think funny comes from the situation.
Yeah.
The one last question. So many people are talking about like the superheroes movie are in the face of crisis. You know what I mean? What's your point on this matter? What do you think? Of course, of superheroes are not going to be. This is not the end of a genre. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a. I think it's a phase that we can turn things up or down.
Yeah, well,
and do
everything
things
regenerates
differently.
and goes through its phases, you know, and they will always come back. I think Venom is very much, we've always thought of Venom as very much his own thing in his own world and his own Venomverse. And so this trilogy is just really about that one character. And And I don't.
I think also, like, if we go back to this, there's a renaissance element for anything that's on trend or is popular, but fundamentally, all superhero characters are not dissimilar to Greek gods or Greek plays, which have been centuries.
Exactly.
We're just watching symbolic characters.
Exactly.
Who do like things that gods would normally do, and it allows us to follow in a very simple way, internalized volition and understanding how we approach or see the world without having to think too much. They're symbolic, so they can take up a lot of ground very quickly, and so it's very easy to, I think, like say, well, they're just silly superheroes. They're not. I don't think they're just going to disappear. I think
No, they'll always find new ways to
reinvigorate
reinvent themselves. Yeah.
Guys, welcome to Mexico City.
Thank you.
you.
Have a great time.